Hi, this is Seth Johnson. I'm going to walk you through a learning strategy called discussion tagging. There's two components to this learning strategy. First, we're going to go through a research article and tag it. Then, we'll use a graphic organizer to create a discussion web and answer a critical thinking question. First things first, Stoughton Area School District is relatively soon going to be going to one-to-one technology ratio. Every student is going to have a Chromebook every day. Obviously, there's ups and downs, good and bad to this. If the internet goes out, we're obviously in trouble. So it's always good to have a backup. The nice thing about this learning strategy is you can use it with pen and paper, or you can use it using the Chromebooks. A very, very simple way with the Chromebooks is you look at an article. For example, today we're looking at the consequences of Brexit, an article from Kimberly Amadeo about a month ago. So students find the article and they read through it. They're going to find a variety of things that make no sense. They're going to find some discussion points that make a little bit of sense. You're going to find some points that have zero clue whatsoever. As they read through and find these things, they tag the information. So, for example, the UK does not want to continue allowing unlimited European Union immigration. That's a pretty straightforward sentence. Very straightforward. So the student will highlight it, right-click, add a note, and for the purposes of this class, if you understand something completely, we are going to underline it. So they see that they understand this, they highlight it in the note, and underline it. This way, when the teacher walks around the classroom checking on learning, and they see an underlined piece of information that several students have underlined, they know that the students understand it. As the students continue to read through, maybe they'll find something that they kind of need clarification on. For example, tariffs can be kind of difficult to understand, and especially when you consider the fact that tariffs can change the prices of the goods made in one country that added the tariff but sold in another. Inflation is also kind of connected to that. So the idea of a tariffs, import prices, this can be slightly confusing. Students will probably know what imports are. They'll know what inflation is, but how it's connected can be kind of difficult. So they'll highlight it, right-click, add a selection to the note. And for the purpose of this class, if we need a little bit of clarification, we're going to mark that passage in italics. This way, teacher walks around, sees several students have the exact same passage in italics. They know they need to clarify that. Students continue to read. Maybe they find something that makes absolutely positively zero sense. Several different ways this can happen. One common issue we've had is the global connectivity of the world's economy, and this is kind of difficult right here. Brexit dampens business growth for companies that operate in Europe, but the United Kingdom just voted to leave. That could be slightly confusing, maybe kind of need a whole ton of clarification. To tag this, we're going to add a selection to the note. We did underline for understood, italicize for needs clarification, and to really stand out, we're going to bold the passages that we need a lot of help with. So just using technology, we can tag the article and figure out what does make sense, what doesn't make sense, and what's kind of in the middle. This is obviously pretty simple to do just using the actual article. One thing I love to do is to copy and paste the article into a Google Doc. This is great for modifications. If you have a student that needs the article in another language, Google Docs can help you out with that. If you want to shorten it without using the full-on article, just a section of it, obviously Google Docs, you can destroy what you want. Maybe there's students that need lexile changes. Snap and Read is great for that. But you can also add it with Google Docs, and it makes it much more simpler. For example, you find something that needs to be marked up, and your bold, italicized, and underline are right up top. It's actually probably simpler. Maybe not as simple as the old pen and paper route. Commonly, we use underline, circle, or bubble for tagging the variety of levels of understandings there. But obviously, you can use it online. You can use Google Docs. You can make these available offline with printing out, and you can actually use the 100% article. Once students have gone through the article, we will discuss what we understood, what we need to clarify, and what we lack in understanding. We'll make sure that we have the background knowledge needed for the next step. That's the text tagging part. Now we get to the discussion web. Again, we can use Google Docs for this, or we can print off the copies and hand it out to students. But students go through and they look at the main question. Will the economy be better after will the world economy be better after the choice? So all of our work right now is towards this. So we're always going to be finding reasons why yes, it would be better, no, it would not be better. Too easy. As we work through the article and we find a reason why it would be better. For example, U.S. businesses employ companies, free trade with the European unions. Maybe someone believes that globalization is bad. There are obviously several people with a more libertarian view of economics. So they would say, all right, so this is a good thing for the economy. They would go back in the yes column, mark something connected to anti-globalization. So they double click, pops up. I'm sure all you American history buffs out there are happy to see this because we know Thomas Jefferson was a firm believer in the yeoman farmer. But it is anti-globalization. Now, the beautiful thing about Discussion Web, a student right next to the person marking it yes can go to no and type in, well, anti-globalization is a terrible idea. That is one reason why the Brexit was a bad choice. And they're both correct. Entirely their opinion. So we have anti-globalization. Students read through and find a few more meanings. They come to a conclusion. They find a reason why, yes, it is a great thing, or no, Brexit will not help our economy. Once they're done with that, if you wish to keep it on Google Docs, all they have to do is over here click share and share this assignment with the teacher for grading. If you wish to print them off, or they can share with other students, but it's very, very easy to allow students to share what they've done and their opinions on the matter and the reasons why they have them. Again, the great thing about this is without Google Docs, we can have print-offs, we can hand them in pen and paper style. So that is Discussion Web. First, we start off with text tagging. Great way to combine reading and writing, literacy strategies, and critical thinking. This is Seth Johnson on tagging discussion. Thanks for watching.